Hi guys and welcome to a new lesson of the jQuery Basics course of Rails Karate. As always, follow me on Twitter, I'm Bastian Velandia, and also we are at Rails Karate. Look for us on Facebook, and of course subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of us. So let's start with this lesson. We are going to solve the J challenge of the previous lesson. So first of all, we wanted to validate the other form input or the confirmation form. Confirmation password. Let's take a look again. And if you check, we are validating the password, but we are not validating the confirm password. The validation of this is pretty simple. We just need to ensure that confirm password and password matches. And if they don't match, we have to show a hint here for the confirm password. So let's do that as well. Here, what I'm going to do is first let's add some more clean code here. I'm going to save password. I'm going to save this password input and this confirm password input. I'm going to save them into a jQuery object. Why? Because that way will be easier to get them, and later in this lesson I'm going to show you why we need that. So I'm going to create here the password input jQuery object. I'm going to select it, and it's going to be the password field. Okay, and we have also the password, the confirm password input, and this is going to be let's check again. You're right. Yes, the confirm password ID. This is the ID of this input, and we want to save this here. Let's add the hash. Okay, great. So now we have our both fields saved into jQuery object variables. Okay, so let's replace this password input into the code we had before. So I don't want to use this anymore. I'm going to use the password input jQuery object. Okay, and finally here. All right, so now we are using our jQuery object. Let's see if it works. I'm going to reload this. Yes, it still works. It still works. Perfect. Now let's start to create a function for the confirm password event that will be the validation of the password of the confirm password field. Confirm password event. So this is going to be a function, and we want just to check that this field and this other field values match. Okay, so if let's see password input dot value is the password confirm password confirm password confirm password input dot val. Great, so we are getting both values, and if those values are the same, so we want to hide the hint. So I'm going to say confirm password input that next, because if we check back in the HTML, the item next to the confirm password input is the hint, is the span, so we can use it. Use the next method here. Next, this we want to hide it. Great, but else we want to confirm input.next and we want to show it. All right, great. Now we have this function. The next thing we want to do is to, well, actually, let's call the event. So let's see how it works. We want to replace this for the jQuery object. Password input. Great. Also, I'm going to say confirm password input that focus. Let's say focus dot kup, and we're going to use this function here. All right, great. Now let's see if it works. I'm going to reload this page. Okay, so if I type a password here, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then great. So now that when I click this field, it calls the focus event and calls this function. That's why it shows the hint. So I have to type until values match. Great, it is working, but it still is not working as we expect, because in case I change the password value, let's add the 8. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and I add the 8. I want to check that when I type here, check the value I have here. Because again, if I make 1 2 3 6 4 6 7, you can see that I have to click here for trigger the event and check the confirm password. So the only thing we can do here for fix this problem is call the key up event and call the function and confirm the password. Let's see how it will work. So here we are just calling focus and the key up for the password event. So we can append another event. It will be the key up, and we can call the confirm password event. This way, when we type in the password input, we are going to check the password requirements and also the confirm password. Let's see. I'm going to reload, and here if I type here, let's say I type 1. Okay, so once I press the key up, you can see that the confirm password validation starts to run. So let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and here I type 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right, and what happened if I go to password and I change the value to 8, for example? Now this confirm password does not match with the password, and that is the behavior we wanted. Right. Okay. Next thing we can do here is just all right. Now the next thing we can do here is to make this even perfect, but that will be for the next lesson, because that will be the J challenge for you. So if you go to the article of the video, you will see that at the bottom you will find the J challenge. And what is the J challenge? Actually, we are just we're just making the validation for password and confirm password. The idea is that you validate the username, and how we will validate it? We just want to require this username. Just make sure that someone enters value here, okay? Because this value can't be empty. So that's the only validation for the username. And the other part of the J challenge is to disable the submit button. As you can see, it should not work. It should be disabled, and enable this button only when all the validation passes. All the validation pass. Okay, so if the username validation pass, the password validation pass, and the confirm password validation passes, then enable the button. If not, the button should be disabled. So go ahead and drop us a line on Twitter with the hashtag JChallenge. Okay, we are at Race Karate, so drop us a line there. We want to know if you accepted the challenge. Of course, the next lesson we're going to solve this challenge, and we are going to end the course there. So the next lesson will be the last one of this course, jQuery Basics course, and we will include a JQuiz. So stay tuned and see you the next lesson. Bye bye.